So this is a new TAS of the game Quirk for the Game Boy. The game Quirk by the Game Boy. I should really look up again. It was known in Japan as Puzzle Boy. It came out in March of 1990 in America and in 1989 in Japan. It was published by Atlas and Atlas in Japan and Acclaim Entertainment in the U.S. It was developed by Atlas. Atlas is now a subsidiary of Sega. I wonder when it became Sega. Yep, okay. Hi, Yoshi. Welcome by the stream. So, yeah, this game, Quirk, it was developed by Atlas Corporation. At the time, they were an independent studio, and they partnered with Acclaim Entertainment to publish in the U.S. The plot of the game is that Quirk is some sort of, like, cool-looking, jelly bean-looking thing. He's a vegetable. He's a tomato. So he has a girlfriend named Tammy, who's also a tomato. And they were out painting the town red when they decided to explore some unnamed city's subterranean labyrinth. While down there, Tammy disappears, and Quirk, with his veggie friends, now has to find her in the labyrinth and bring her home. In the original Japanese version of the game, the player character is an anthropomorphized potato called Spud, which was changed to it being a tomato for the US release. But in Japan, the damsel in distress, Tammy, is still a tomato. So there's some sort of weird, like, cross potato-tomato romance thing in the original Japanese release. And they changed that for the US release. Now, there have been many tasks of this on the site before. It's been actually, like, somewhat popular. The puzzle nature of the game really lends itself towards interesting tasking because you both have to account for the sort of, like, engine optimization, trying to minimize frame delays caused by how the engine works, and you need to optimize how you play through these puzzles at the same time. So it's a really interesting game to TAS, and you'll see that in the gameplay here. So this new TAS from Deadcode has 7 new solutions to puzzles that have never been seen before in Quirk tasing, and they were accomplished through something called Quirk DDD. It's a GitHub repository and library that allows you to search through Quirk puzzles for optimal solutions. And Quirk DDD being a reference to, what is it called again? I gotta look at this. It's delayed duplicate detection. So, okay, for a very, very brief, high-level overview, when you're trying to optimize a search algorithm like this, you want to use a combination of things like Dijkstra's algorithm, A-star, depth first search, breadth first search, and best first search. So there's all of these different search algorithms, and no matter what one you use, you're going to run into this problem where as you do your search, each step deeper in the search expands exponentially the amount of space that you need to be keeping track of to find optimal solutions. Just for the sake of example, let's say you have 10 different solutions that you've searched for, and then you want to see if the 11th is more optimal than the previous 10. Well, now you need to have all 11 of those sitting in, like, some sort of storage space. And then you want to do a 12th one. Okay, now you need to have 12. Well, we don't need to search 11 or 12. These tasks need to be searching for millions and millions and millions of paths, because there's just so many different ways you could play the game to find which one is actually the optimal path to solve the puzzle. So what delayed duplicate detection does is it plays off of duplicate detection, which is where you look for all those paths. You have all those paths sitting in memory, and you prune through for solutions that are duplicate in terms of their time to the end. And then by being able to prune out those duplicates, you can hold fewer solutions in memory. Now, delayed duplicate detection is a specific strategy you can use in certain scenarios where you delay appending a new search result to the list of possible optimal paths until the last possible necessary moment, which reduces the overall storage burden of the search algorithm. So now that is just an overview of the high level what's going on with delayed duplicate detection. Now, this task is using a Quirk specific implementation of delayed duplicate detection. So with the Quirk specific version, it's accounting for all of the different frame differences, all of the different possible modes, like going into the overview mode, things like switching characters, how much time that takes. It's got all of those different costs baked into the algorithm and can use those as part of its search for optimal paths. So let me just check again. There's a specific person. Cyber Shadow is the original person who created the DDD Quirk concept, I believe. Yes, Cyber Shadow and Divide by Zero, like David Divide by Zero. Oh, that's funny. Divide by Zero must be Deadcode because it's been getting updates as of the last couple of hours. So Deadcode and Cyber Shadow worked together on DDD Quirk to create this like extremely specific optimization search algorithm for this game. Now, with all that background, what I can tell you about this new task of Quirk is that it has 7 new Quirk solutions that have never been published in a Quirk task before. So with those 7 new solutions, we're able to save 33 seconds or more over the course of the whole task. And the most important one is 3.6, probably to show you. That one has over 51 steps saved in the walking around, moving the blocks. So it's just a huge, huge benefit. And then one thing that's always great about TAS is that no matter what you do, there's never perfectly optimal. Like, we can try with algorithms like this to really get as close to optimal as we can, but even with all the work done by Deadcode and Cyber Shadow, DDD Quirk is still not efficient enough to fully optimize the search space for 5 levels. There's 5 levels that are too complex to be tasked perfectly, or to, I guess, to say, to prove that the task solution is perfectly optimal. So, yeah, that being said, I'm going to sit back now for a little bit and just watch the brilliance of these highly optimized Quirk solutions, and I'll try to highlight through the rest of the run which ones have new solutions because of Deadcode's use of this optimality search algorithm. So the next one we're going to be looking at is level 2-8 and then 3-1. Both have 2-step solution improvements over the previous task. Oh, we're on 3-7. Wow. Okay. So that previous one was the one that had 51 steps saved, and now this one, 3-7, has had 41 steps saved. And those are both known to be completely optimal now with the new searches that we've been doing from Deadcode. I say we with the royal, but really Deadcode's been doing all. This has not been my work at all. I'm just providing the console verification on the original hardware here. Another interesting thing is that we don't know if these puzzle solutions are completely optimal in terms of the steps. Because the search algorithm is optimizing for frames, it's actually possible that some of these searches or step patterns are less optimal in terms of like player steps, but more optimal in terms of frames, just due to engine lag or other like weird quirks of different paths through the search. So this is one of the levels that actually is not proven yet whether it's optimal or not, because there's so many different options with all the different characters you can choose to switch through for what to do. That just creates way too much exponential growth of search space. So this solution is not necessarily the fastest way to beat this level. Whereas the previous one, we're pretty sure, based on our current understanding of the game, that it is optimal. This one and the last level are also not certain whether the solution is optimal or whether there's more to be doing. Oh yeah, and that is also always possible, right? There's always possibilities that the there's oversights in DDD Quirk itself, making it that the judgment of optimality is not perfect. Thank you for that point out there, Retro Edit. Alright, this is the last level. Interesting strategy there. Okay. And our tomato friend is pushing his last block now. And there it is. That was last input, and there we did it. Level 3 time 109. And there's our tomato girlfriend, Tammy. So thank you guys so much for watching that live console verification of Quirk. We'll get that pushed over to YouTube. And like the stream title says, this is a quick YouTube partner celebration stream. So the Taika73 Speedruns channel has just gone on to the YouTube partner program. So we will now be trying to have a little more regular upload cadence. I have a lot of footage from LTX that we've gotten down from the event that I'm going to be working on editing and getting onto the channel. And then over time, we're going to be cutting shorts for TikTok and YouTube out of that content and out of the verification content we have here on Twitch. And I'll be trying occasionally to more regularly stream my casual content as well as the TAS content like this, where we do programming or RuneScape related streams. So thank you so much to everybody for your support over the years. It's really awesome to see how the channel's progressed to that point, being a YouTube partner. And I'm really excited for the future as we get more things like these. It's great to see that there are people still doing improvements to Game Boy TASs and console verifications like this. So it's really amazing to see the whole TAS ecosystem continuing to flourish since the rewrite of TAS videos a few years ago. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be back again tomorrow, hopefully.